let's decorate our envelope. This beautiful flower is going to be in the envelope. And I normally collage paper, but I feel like stamping. I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair. This is the black. I actually like this so much more. I have been a Ranger ink person for 20 years and the archival ink, but either it's just so old. I think this is juicier. This is pigment ink. That's pigment ink also. I don't know. It just comes out much better. So I have switched. I got the black, I got the brown, and I got a red. And I'm much happier with it. So just that as a little point of view. So I think I want to do numbers. I don't want to do flowers, right? No, we don't want flowers because we already see flowers. Let me get a piece of scratch paper here. So let's just try, let's collage with stamps, with designs. That's what we're going to do. I think that'll be kind of fun. I love this stamp. This is one of my favorite stamps that I have. Let me get a block for it. Put it there because it looks, it's like a ledger. It's a ledger paper type of a stamp. I just love it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this on this side because I don't want to get everything on my mat. There we go. Oh, yes. Doesn't that look good? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's get the rest of the ink off of that. That one worked. And I think we need something across the top. Let's see, what else do I have? Got lots of numbers. Oh, this is a great one because it's like a little math problem. Love this one too. I use this set quite a bit. I have the feeling I probably got it from Temu a couple years ago. So use whatever you have. If you have stencils and you want to use stencils, you could do that. I think that sets that off very well. Now, should we do the number 8, even though that's not what we're doing? We could put number 5, which would probably fit better. Let's try that. There we go. And don't worry about getting any ink on the acetate because you can just take a baby wipe and wipe it right off. It comes right off. It doesn't really, even though this is permanent ink, it doesn't stay on, so it's okay. Do we need something else? Oh, I got another one. No, now I think it needs something. Maybe a design. Okay, I'm looking through my stamps, which I see now. You can't see. Oh, let's put a butterfly on there. Oh no, we've got this. This is super old. Can't even tell you how old this is. Let's put the butterfly. Let's do a butterfly. There we go. Now the trick with acrylic stamps is you don't want to rock your stamp because that squishes it because it's soft. You know, it's acrylic. You just want to touch it and lift back up. Okay, I think that is actually looking really good. Do we need maybe some, oh, look, do I still have the, yes, I do. Whoops, I'm getting my stuff all mixed up here. If I have the music, let's put some music on the bottom. That would look really good. And this goes on here. These are so old that they don't actually stick real well anymore. That goes there. Oh, actually that, I think that would work. Now I want the music. Let's try the music. You can tell I haven't had that off for ages because it really wasn't coming off. Let's see, we're only gonna do a part. First of all, let's make it straight, right? So I'm only gonna use a part of it. So hopefully you see that. I think I just did it upside down. Yeah, I did, but whatever. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, I want to show you my beautiful jewelry that I created, and I want to let you know that I didn't film it. And the reason I didn't film it is because I don't really know how to do this. So I just had to teach myself. And that took me like about 40 minutes, so you would not have wanted to watch that. But let me show you a couple things. First of all, I used a chain. Okay, so I've got a big ball chain like that. And then I used... what are they called? Eye pins. I am not a jewelry person, so if I say the wrong thing, please excuse me. I used eye pin, or whatever you call it, the long ones, and then I just added beads and things like that on it. But here's the big thing that I figured out, because my girlfriend kept trying to show me that you have to use both hands to twist stuff, and I could not do it. So I stopped a couple months ago. I was like, forget that, I'm not even going to do it. Well, then one day I was watching YouTube, and I saw this person have this cool little thing. Oh, that just came off. Well, we'll have to put it back on. Have this cool little tool. And the way she did it, she crimped it and bent it all in one thing. And I was like, what? So I ordered this. You definitely need to get this. It's called Vintage One-Step Looper. It's in my Amazon shop. Because basically, if you can see the directions, you put your eye pin through there, then you squeeze, and it cuts it and then clamps it down for you. It's so awesome. So it loops it all in one step. So that's what I've been sitting here doing, taking beads and stuff like that. Here's the little leftovers. Okay, well okay. And then you have to use a jump ring to attach it. And how did this just come off the jump ring? See, you can tell I'm not that good at it. It's kind of working out. I probably have some space on my jump rings. But anyway, I'm going to put that back on because there's my purple. I wanted, 2 things of purple. And what I had to do to make it work is the length that I made it, my normal, what is this called? Yes, bead ball chain was way too long. So I just crimped it and then I put it back together. So that's what's holding it on. So I'm really excited. So get yourself one of these if you want to start adding beading and jewelry stuff. Vintage One-Step Looper.